Okay, welcome into day three. I am so excited for this. Like I just said, we're going to do things a little bit differently today. And I've been telling you that I have a surprise for our session today. And I'm really excited for it because it actually happened that the full moon was last night. And so I see it as the perfect opportunity for us to do a little release to receive ceremony per se. And it's one of my favorite things to do. So I will be leading you through a visualization and a tapping session to help us to release, create space, and expand our nervous system. Okay, so this is really exciting. If just a little housekeeping before we fully dive in, if you have not, if you're catching the replay and you have not yet caught part 1 and 2, I would suggest you give this a little pause, go listen to part 1 and part 2, even a couple times. Like it's it's very, if you want to get the most from this masterclass, I would suggest you go and listen to the replays and do the homework, right? Even if you have missed the kind of cutoff as far as like when I'm drawing the winners on Monday. So Sunday night is the cutoff for the prizes, but treat it as if you're live, right? Even if you're here on the replay, and do the things like really fully commit yourself and get into the energy of it. And then you will get the best results from that, right? The more we put in, the more we're going to get out. So we've covered a lot over these 3 days together. It has been, sorry, okay, morning. You're such a whiner. Get in the room. Hey, yeah, we've covered quite a bit. But now my hope for you is that you have so much more clarity. You have so much more awareness around what your business could look like. Okay, how to actually free up your time, how to work smarter, not harder, how to call in and attract your ideal clients, and how to work with the right people so that your work is easy, so that it flows, so that your clients get success, so that you feel good about the work you do, so that you can stay in that high vibrational state. We talked a lot about the laws of the universe. Was it yesterday? The day before. And for me, that's really important information to know how to work with the natural laws of the universe, to watch our thoughts and to change them and to recognize, holy shit, I get to create my reality. I get to create my results. And I'm doing so in every moment of every day through my assumptions. It's crazy. So I've heard sometimes, people are like, well, it feels like a lot of work. Like it feels really hard to have to like watch my thoughts all the time and override them and then worry if I'm thinking the right thoughts or I'm not, it doesn't need to be hard. I just want to say that it doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be something that you obsess over because it will get easier. And the more that we can allow ourselves that space to maintain and remain in the relaxed nervous system, in that, like rest and restore nervous system, we're like in homeostasis, our body's functioning well, our digestion's working well, our thoughts are working well, right? Our brain's working well, and we can actually see something other than survival. I think that for me, that's really, really important, is to realize when we're telling ourselves, I should be doing this, I need to be doing this, we like throw ourselves off and we're operating in the fight or flight. And then our mind, our brain doesn't even work. Like it's not even working. Our ability to perceive anything other than how am I going to survive is non-existent. It doesn't happen. So that's a big deal. So noticing when we are in that fight or flight, or when we've triggered that kind of like high intensity or that nervous system to be in that like altered state, it's just recognizing. That's the first step, is like recognizing, oh, it doesn't need to be hard. It doesn't need to be hard. And as someone who is a recovered workaholic, right? Our society has taught us that we need to be working to be making money. We need to be working harder in order to make more money and to find more success. We should be showing up more. And so I used to be in the mindset of, if I'm not working, I'm not making money. And I know that that's 99.9% of us, basically, right? We've all thought that. And so now For example, if I'm off camping with the kids, or I'm out of service, or I'm just fully immersed in my family life, going to visit my grandparents this afternoon, I don't need to be thinking, fuck, I need to post an Instagram, right? Oh, God damn, like, what am I going to do to make money? Okay, I don't want that for you. And then the holidays coming up, right? We want ease. We want the feeling of, I don't want your business to feel like it's another thing to do, right? When we treat our business seriously, we take it seriously and we allocate those hours to it. And we actually do, it's one thing, okay, allocating hours to it. It's quite another thing to know exactly what to do to actually move it forward in those hours, right? So it's not just, okay, I'm like here working on my business. I'm putting in the hours every day. I'm posting on social media. It should be working, but nothing's happening. It's because you're probably doing the wrong things, right? I see a lot of people, that spend time making sales pages or websites. In the beginning stages of your business, you don't need to be doing any of that, right? A simple sales page is the maximum that you'll need. Like a full-on sales funnel of like a whole bunch of moving parts. No. Okay, you need to simplify. So that's what we do in my world. We simplify and we know exactly how to build our business and how to grow it. How to grow it and how to grow it in a way that is sustainable. So in my opinion, sustainability has a lot of different definitions, but in my opinion, it is, for me, I want my business to feel sustainable, as in when I'm not even looking at my phone or when I'm not working, I have clients joining my programs and paying me. I have new people finding me on social media and following along because they resonate with my message and my vibe and like my messaging. So that for me is sustainable, to know I don't actually have to be thinking of a new program to try to make money again. I've got a solid program, right? And I've got a solid customer journey, this client journey, right? That I get to lead them on. And so when I have that, I know my business is sustainable. And I know that I have money coming in each month, even before the month even starts. For me, that's sustainable. Okay. So we've talked about a lot. Like I said, I hope that everything, mostly everything is landed for you. And like I said before, I would suggest that you listen to the replays again, even if you just pop it in a second time while you're doing dishes or whatever it is, folding laundry. Like you'll get little nuggets that you didn't hear the first time. So listen to this, multiple times and watch your awareness build. So like, oh, like sometimes it's honestly like, was I even listening the first time I listened to this? Like, where was I? Am I even watching the same thing? Right. So anyway, okay. So just a reminder, the prizes, like I mentioned, end on Sunday night. So I'm going to close it off then. If you have not shared the challenges from day 1 and day 2 into the group chat, do so. You can, like I said, put your hand over top. Doesn't have to be like, you don't have to show me what you wrote. You can totally just put it in there. But I would love to see you stretch yourself and do the challenge yesterday as well, where even if you don't have a business, create 3 pieces of content and put them in the group and tell us about them, right? Like, challenge yourself to get a little bit totally outside of your comfort zone. It could be like, I have no clue what I'm doing, but this is an opportunity for you to practice. Okay, so today I'm going to lead you through our visualization and a tapping session to release to receive. And then at the end of that, I'll have a little Q&A. If anyone of you guys are here live here with me, you can ask me anything. I think I have a question or 2 that I've been asked in the past, so I will answer that. And then I want to share a new program that I've been working on and invite you into that, okay? So we're ready to go. I want you to find a comfortable seat. Take your time. Find a comfortable seat. Maybe you're sitting cross-legged, maybe you're sitting in a chair with the feet on the earth. Wherever you are, roll your shoulders up and back. I'm not gonna put music on this just because I put it on YouTube and then they have copyright shit and it takes off my video. So we're just gonna flow with that without music today. So roll your shoulders up and back a couple times. I want you to gently close your eyes. Okay. Take a deep inhale here through the nose, grow taller through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, blow out an imaginary straw, lengthening the breath. Take another inhale like that. For the first part of this visualization, right here, I want you to ask yourself, what do I want? Remember on day one, I asked you, where are you going? You know, like, where do you want to go? What do you want? I want you to sit with it right now. Bring it to the screen of your mind, okay? Bring it to your imagination. And I want you to notice how you feel about it. And I want you to take a breath here. What do you want? Where are you going? And how does it feel? Take another breath. And as you exhale, I want you to open your eyes for a second. And I want you to write down 2 sentences, let's say 2 sentences about what you just experienced. Like, where are you going? How does it feel? Okay. And from here, we're going to travel through time and go to that time and space. Okay, so when you're ready, come back to the comfortable seat. And then again, take a deep breath in through the nose, grow taller. Exhale through the straw. And I want you to take one more full inhale here. And as you exhale, I want you to feel yourself, your soul, coming up and out of your physical body, hovering right above you. Okay, and I want you to, here, this is all in the imagination. I want you to see yourself. I want you to look down and I want you to be able to see your body, your human body, sitting exactly as you left it. Okay, take a breath here as you observe your physical body from above. Take another full inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to start traveling through time, down this timeline that you are on when you are in vibrational alignment with this desired experience. You can see it as the straight path, okay? Or maybe even a tunnel. And as you continue to breathe, you move down this tunnel along this timeline until the specific time in space where this desire is your reality. And you stop right above it. And you're hovering right above this experience, this time and space. And you're looking down on it from above. You take a breath. And as you exhale, you begin to gently, softly, carefully sink down into this experience, landing into your physical body of that time. Take a breath as you look around and notice that everything you have been calling and desiring in your life and in your business is now your reality. In this space and time, it is your reality. And you look around. Where are you? Who are you with? What are you doing? You begin to walk around. moving through this experience, just looking around, slowly gathering information. How do you feel? How do you feel? Take another breath. Everything you've been calling in, everything you've been desiring in your life and in your business is complete right here. That thing that you wrote down has happened. How does it feel? You continue to walk and you see a body of water or a mirror on a wall. You choose. You walk closer to it and you peer into this body of water or mirror and you see your reflection. You see this version of you. How does she look? How does she feel? What has changed? You take a breath here as you smile, feeling this gratitude radiate your entire being. You take another breath as you continue to study this version of you, looking back at you in this reflection. And on your next breath, you begin to turn around and walk, slowly continuing to observe your surroundings. Where are you? How does it feel? How does it feel to know that everything has happened? Everything you wrote down is now your reality. From here, you turn to your left and you notice this floating screen. And you walk closer to it and you notice that something familiar is happening on the screen. You notice that you see yourself. It's almost like you're in a movie, but it's not a movie. It's the next piece to your puzzle. It's what's happening after this reality. You stand there and you watch it. What's happening? This is what comes next. After this desire, this level in your business and in your life, this is what comes next. On the screen, you are seeing the future of the future. You notice it's actually not that far away. And you're observing this scene play out. What's happening? What does your business look like? What is the screen showing you? Maybe you see numbers. Maybe you see results. Maybe you see clients, impact, lives changed because of you. Take another breath here as you observe, gathering this information and allowing it to code into your body. Take another inhale. And as you exhale gracefully, gently, carefully, you're going to float up and out of this experience and back up into this timeline. Take another breath as you observe from above what you had just been experiencing. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly travel back through this timeline. It doesn't need to be very long. And in fact, you notice it's kind of short. And then you pause, you stop right above your now. And you look down and you see your physical body still there exactly as you left it. You take an inhale. And as you exhale, you slowly, gently, carefully arrive fully back in your physical body of now. You bring one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, and you take a deep breath, wiggling your toes. Feeling yourself fully present, fully arrived in your physical body of right now. And you take a moment to ponder what you just experienced. That reality that already exists, that you clearly saw and experienced, and you felt. It exists. And it is on your timeline. And as you saw, it's not that far away. You take a breath, allowing this information to recode over the old stories. This deep knowingness to set into your soul and to awaken all of the cells in your body. Take another full breath here. And exhale out the mouth. And then slowly, carefully open your eyes. Take a moment to write down anything that you feel called to. Any experience, any thoughts, any new information. Okay. The biggest piece here that I want you to take away from this visualization is the realization that everything already exists. Everything we desire is ours for a reason, and it is inevitably on our timeline if we stay committed to it. If we continue to put one foot in front of the other, if we continue to align our vibration, our thoughts, our desires, and our actions with that reality, it will inevitably be ours. Time is the only variable. So that's the biggest thing I want you to remember, is that it's already there. The reason why you desire it, the reason why you're craving this business, this success, this experience, is because it's on your timeline. It's on your timeline. So whether you see a timeline as a path and you are here and it is there, okay, or you see it, like I said, as a tunnel, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you see it. Just know that it's on your timeline. And so the moment that we are in alignment with it and we're taking action towards it and we are telling ourselves those new stories, those new ideas, and we're holding this new identity and telling ourselves, I have changed. I'm not who I was before. This is me. This is who I am. And then moving accordingly, taking action accordingly, having the habits, adopting the habits of this new version of us, right? That's huge. That's everything. That is everything. Because it's quite one thing. It's quite a thing to desire all of this. It's quite a thing to desire all of these things, right? And to embody them and to get into the energy of them, to visualize them and to know they're coming to you. But it's quite another to take aligned action and to make them your reality. So that's the biggest piece here, is knowing it's already done. Everything you desire is yours for a reason. It's on your timeline and nothing is created or destroyed, right? It already is. Okay. So now the work for you is recognizing and asking yourself in every moment of every day, how can I move closer to this now? Right? How can I take action towards this now. And so this comes back to, just like I mentioned at the start of this conversation, building a sustainable business and knowing exactly how to move your business forward, knowing exactly what action to take. This is how we discover what action to take. I can pretty much guarantee you received some information during that visualization that you didn't have before. Okay, so when we're in that state of rest and restore, and we are connected into, something even bigger than us, whatever we want to say, if we're in alignment with our goal, vision, dream, we open ourselves up to receive new information. So if, in other words, we're saying things like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start my business. I don't know how to move my business forward. We're, like I said a couple days ago, building the brick wall in front of our face. If we are, however, to say, what if I didn't know how? What if I did know how? What would she do? Okay. What would Jocelyn do? This is another one, right? What would she do? Okay. What action can I take? If I don't know how, guess what? There's 45 million YouTube videos that can teach me a technical skill. There's that, right? Okay. Knowing how is not a problem today. There's adequate support, adequate whatevers to teach you a technical skill. Okay, but if you're like, I don't know what action to take, it's because you're not allowing yourself to connect into that bigger vision. Does that land? Does that make sense? And we realize, yes, we realize this when we're like, when we're doing things like visualizing, or when we're in the energy of, what we want, and we're making, we're there and we're like, okay, what would she do? What could I do to make this real? What action could I take in that energy? All of a sudden we're like, oh, I could actually collaborate with this person. I could actually do this. I could actually, oh my gosh, and this is my 6-week program. And it starts to piece together. But that's the moment. It has to be the moment we let go of the I don't know. And we begin to trust ourselves. We begin to trust and believe in something bigger than us. It doesn't have to be God's energy source, whatever. It doesn't have to be an entity. It can be guidance. It can be your creative, limitless source energy that we have within us, right? We are incredible creators. And so we can originate ideas out of thin freaking air and bring them to life through taking action in a different way. Just like we talked about, right? Everything started as something, but it came from the imagination of somebody. Pretty cool to think about, right? I'm like such a nerd for this information. I could talk about this all day. Okay, so let's do a tapping session. Okay, let's do a release to receive tapping session to create space in our body, in our mind, and in our nervous system so that we can regulate and expand the nervous system into a new reality, so that we can embody the version of us we know we're here for, and we can start to speak the language of the subconscious mind. Start to speak the language of the subconscious mind. What does that mean? It means something's happening here on the phone. Okay, it means that, like we talked about yesterday, I think it was, and definitely the day before. I like my speaker, hold on, my speaker's doing funny things. So like we talked about the day before, hold on, I'm just gonna tell Andy. Okay. So like we talked about the day before, what was I gonna say?
Connected to Jocelyn Dawn and Jocelyn.
I'm just gonna turn that off because I don't need it right now. Okay, can you still hear me? I think you can still hear me, okay. You can still hear me, all right? Okay, amazing. Okay, the subconscious mind and speaking the language of the subconscious mind. Okay, so what's in our subconscious mind is our beliefs, our beliefs, and they formed over our entire life. So, what is a belief again? It's nothing more than a thought that is thought over and over and over again. Okay, and where do our thoughts come from? They're heavily influenced from our outside world. If somebody tells us you're dumb and blah, 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 we're going to think, like, oh my gosh, I'm dumb, like we're influenced by our outside world. So those thoughts that we've been told, or or those beliefs that we've been told and we've started to think them over and over again became a belief. And we hold them in our subconscious mind. And so if we're telling ourselves, I am a successful business coach, I am a successful XYZ, I make 5K months, like 5K months to my normal. Our subconscious mind brings out all the stories and the beliefs and starts to tell us what we actually believe. And remember that we manifest based on our beliefs. We actually take action based upon our beliefs. And so I love to use tapping as an opportunity to expand our perception, speak the language of the subconscious mind, right? And be able to help the subconscious mind to release old stories and beliefs because we're speaking to it in a way that helps it to see that it's not true. Because it's one thing to say, no, you're not that. Like, no, I don't believe that. But actually, in your subconscious, you're like, actually, I do kind of believe that. If you're like, well, when it comes to money, I hear my dad's voice in my head. Guess what? That's a belief that you hold. That's a belief. Whatever you're hearing your dad say in your head about money, for example, is your belief. Thanks to him. Sorry, Dad, but like you're doing the best you could with what you had, but like it's time to let go of that belief. Okay. So that's why I love using tapping, is it helps us to speak the language of the subconscious mind so that we can show the subconscious mind what's real, what's not real, and where we want to go, and help us ourselves to expand in that way so that, like we talked about, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Gosh, I always get it mixed up. Um, we can expand into new realms, right? Because when we say, if I said, okay, I'm going to give you 100 clients tomorrow, you ready for it? Your nervous system is like, ooh, that'd be amazing. I'd love that. But like, I don't know if I can hold that. I don't know if I can hold space for 100 people. Okay. So then it's not going to happen until you believe I'm ready to hold space for 100 people. Okay. Same with money. If I'm like, okay, your coaching business is gonna bring in 5K before the end of November. You're like, oh, that's amazing. But then, initially, you're like, yes, that's hell yes, let's go. And then after that, the subconscious mind, the beliefs start to come out. Okay. All right. So let's get into some tapping. Find a comfortable seat again. If you've never tapped before, it's really easy. Just follow me, tap on the points I tap on, and repeat after me. Okay. You can't really mess it up. It's something that, it's better like experienced than explained. I want you to take a deep breath, grow a little taller, and I want you to start tapping on the side of the hand, the karate chop point. And just repeating after me. If I say something that triggers you, I want you to even take a quick second. And if you're on the replay, you can write it down because those are your golden keys. I see them as like those are your opportunities to ask yourself, why is this triggering me? Because once you unpack it, you'll probably notice that it is a limiting belief. There's something behind it. Okay. So take another breath and exhale. Tapping on the side of the hand, I want you to say, I notice there's a separation between where I am and where I want to be. And today, I am making space in my body and my mind. On this full moon, I am choosing to let go of everything I know isn't serving me. So even though I have been believing that there is a separation between where I am and where I want to be. And I've been letting myself get in my own way from really doing the things I know I need to do. That's okay. Because today is a new day. It's a full moon. And I am choosing to let go. Let's go to the top of the head. I've been in my own way. Eyebrow point. I've been telling myself that there's so much to do. Side of the eyes, and I don't know how. Underneath the eyes. I don't have enough time. Underneath the nose. I should be more present with my kids. Under the mouth. I don't know how. Collarbone point. The mom guilt is real. Under the arms. All of these things I've been telling myself. Underneath the chest. I know they're not serving me. Wrist point. I'm declaring today, right here and now, top of the head, that I'm making space. Eyebrow point. I'm making space in my body and in my mind. Side of the eyes for the things that really matter. Under the eyes for the things that are actually true. Underneath the nose and letting go of all these limitations. Under the mouth and these thoughts of lack. Collarbone point. These thoughts of not being enough. Under the arms, and I'm choosing to burn them. Underneath the chest, they're gone. Wrist point, and I'm choosing to accept. Top of the head, that this vision that I saw and experienced. Eyebrow point, it's my truth. Side of the eyes, it's on my timeline. Under the eyes, and I'm choosing to tell myself a new story. Under the nose, because I'm here to do really big things. Under the mouth, and I don't have time to mess around. Collarbone point, the impact I'm here to make. Under the arms, the lives I'm here to change. Under the chest, the freedom I'm here to create for my family. Wrist point, the purpose that I feel so strongly. Top of the head, the 5K months. Eyebrow point, the community. Side of the eyes, the passion and flow. Under the eyes, the abundant life I know I'm here for. Under the nose, the harmony in my relationships. Under the mouth, the money in my bank account. Collarbone point, the time in my schedule. Under the arms, the client wins and transformations. Under the chest, it's all my truth. Wrist point, it's on my timeline. Top of the head, it's inevitably mine. Eyebrow points. Time is the only variable. Dotted eyes. Time is the only variable. Under the eyes. So today on this full moon, under the nose, I'm deciding and declaring under the mouth that I'm no longer waiting. Collarbone point. I'm no longer wondering. Under the arms or trying to figure anything out. Under the chest. I'm no longer listening to the old stories. Wrist point. I'm going for it. Top of the head. And I'm choosing to make my dreams real. Eyebrow point because I am the only one who can. Side of the eyes. And even though it feels fucking scary, underneath the eyes, even though there's a lot for me to learn, under the nose, I'm committed. Under the mouth, and I know that this is my truth. Collarbone points, and will be my reality. Under the arms. So starting today, under the chest, I've changed. Wrist point, and so it is. It is done. Turn one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Take a deep breath. Noticing how you're feeling. Exhale through the straw. Feeling the new energy circulating your body. Feeling the new information. Recode, recalibrate over the old. This is the frequency of your desire. But at any point, you notice you lose this alignment, know that you can come back here in a second through choosing. Take another breath here. Exhale through the straw. And then slowly opening your eyes when you're ready. I want you to write down anything and everything that you want to take from that experience. Like I said before, when we're in that state, connected into where we're going, it's very likely that we receive information. If you feel called to share anything in the chat, please do. It's so exciting, right? So this style of tapping, I like to call it an expansive style of tapping. So if you were to practice telling yourself a new story every day, even multiple times a day, this is one way I love to use tapping. It's overriding the old. We're not really focused on, what was. We're overriding and telling ourselves a new story. So here, the subconscious mind can start to believe them. And so I would suggest, and this is why I include tapping in everything I do anywhere, I would suggest adding tapping to your morning routine. Okay, doesn't matter when you do it, but I would suggest doing it at some point in the morning before you start your day. And it doesn't need to be this extravagant thing. I have a lot of different morning tapping routines that I have in my tapping libraries that I suggest to use in the morning to help us to expand our nervous system. This is something I do with my clients in private containers, in group containers. We're expanding our nervous system because if we don't, what's going to happen? We're going to continue to create the same results and they might kind of suck, right? So we want to expand the nervous system. Okay, so feel free to ask me anything. I'm gonna screen share. I just want to look at one thing. I received a question a bit ago. And okay, this is the question I received. So I'm going to answer this and then I'm going to share my screen and invite you, those of you that are here and you're feeling called to go deeper and go further and faster and have more fun together. I have a brand new program, okay, that I'm going to tell you about. So the question is this, and again, if you are live with me, there, Lewis, if you want to ask me anything in the chat, feel free. Like it can be anything to do with today's conversation, the tapping, the visualization, or even anything to do with your business or whatever. Okay. So someone has asked, actually, I've heard this like quite commonly. How do you know who you're speaking to? Okay, how do you know who your ideal client is? And so in the very beginning of our business, we actually are making this shit up, right? Like we're making it up. We get to ask ourselves, well, who would I love to work with? Who would I love to work with? And so this is something I actually didn't know when I started my business, is that is what I just said. Like we get to choose, and this avatar per se, this ideal dreamy client is going to expand and grow with us. Okay, so our perception of them is going to change. The clarity we have for them, the understanding of who we're speaking to is going to shift and transform the more we move. Okay, so let me get a little bit deeper into that. Right now, if you're beginning your business, you're like, I don't know who I'm really speaking to. So I was talking with a private client yesterday as we were planning out basically her entire offer suite and planning out her first moves. Okay, we talked about this a little bit yesterday as well. If you, what do you want to say, like, fuck up your social media content and your messaging, your foundation of your house is not solid and you're going to have a shaky business. Your clients aren't going to get results like they should be getting. You know, you aren't going to feel like the expert that you actually are because you're not speaking to the right people and you don't have the right people in the right places. Okay. So it's really important to know who you're speaking to. So in the very beginning, you need to choose and say, who would I love to work with? And get deeper into that. And then what's going to happen, the more you take action. So in your first masterclass, whatever, you're going to receive information from the people who show up where you're going to be like, oh, nope, she's not my ideal client. Then you basically are adding it to the list. You're gathering information through real life experience. We talked a little bit about, what's the word? When people like go out into the internet, for example, and like see, oh my gosh, I just lost that word, like researching kind of thing. Like when you're researching, no, this is like on the job. We are researching through doing. Okay. And so those people that show up, the people that, and then you sell your course, and then the people that get in there, you're like gathering information. Okay, next time I run this, I know that I need to have women or people in this group, in this experience that are here, that have these beliefs. Okay. So it's really, that's where you gather more information on who you're speaking to, is you need to move, because you will not get the information until you choose and then you move and you refine. Okay, so your clients and people along the way will show you the details and more information on who you're here to serve, and you get to choose. You continually get to choose. So you don't have to speak to the people with no money. You don't have to speak to the people who are stuck. You don't have to try to unstuck anyone or try to convince anyone that they have money or can find money. You speak to the people who know the value of investing in themselves, for example. You speak to the people who are ready to do something about their situation. They have tried other things. They're investing in themselves. Do you see what I mean? Versus speaking to someone who's stuck and believes that they're broke. Okay. Alrighty. So are you ready for this? I'm so excited. I'm going to screen share. Hold on. I just got to find it. Give me one sec. This is something that has been in the works for a little bit, and I'm so pumped and excited to share it with you. Let me just get onto the right page, and then I'll screen share and I'll introduce you to something that is brand new and tell you all about it. Okay, we're gonna go with this. All right, let me screen share. All right. So, welcome to Scale, the 3-month program for the badass mamapreneur who's ready to scale her coaching business to sustainable 5K months. So, this is something, like I said, that I've been putting together for a little while, fine-tuning, refining, and just like I mentioned the other day, I, before that day on this thing, I had woman. But I actually refined it and realized that basically everyone I'm working with anyway is a mom. And basically everyone who I relate to, 110%, is a mom. There is a difference between working with a coach who is not a mom and working with a coach who is a mom if you are a mom yourself. Okay, let's just be real. I love my coach. She does not have kids. And it's not, I mean, it's not a bad thing. I've learned a ton from her and will continue to, but it's different. Okay, that's all I want to say. All right, so Scale, what is Scale? Scale is a group coaching program. It does not say this on here. It's a 3-month group coaching program where we're going to have weekly group lessons slash hot seat coaching calls. So that means that we have 1 hour per week where I come on and lead you through a 30-minute lesson on something relevant to the topic of that month, something that we're working on, right? And the last 30 minutes, you can ask anything. Okay, so there's also going to be a library of tangible lessons and tapping sessions inside the course vault. So what does that mean? It means that the tangible, foundational, fundamental skills that you need to start your business are going to be in pre-recorded videos in the course vault. Okay, so yes, those of you that went through the mini mind, you're going to see those lessons in there and some new ones. Okay, there's also going to be tapping sessions inside the course vault. Like I mentioned, I include tapping into everything I do because I believe you need to be tapping every day, every morning to get your energy in a line. Otherwise, your energy is working against you. Straight up. Okay. You also have a Telegram group chat for support, bonus audio trainings from me. You can ask your questions. You can drop, collaborations in there. You can collaborate together. And then, of course, the community of wild mamapreneurs just like you who are changing the freaking world. So we start, our first call is in January. Okay, so I'm going to take you through like what it actually is. So if you know in yourselves that the transformation you lead your clients through is revolutionary, AKA, okay, I don't want you to be wavering in your faith in yourself all the time. I know that in the beginning of your business, there is going to be times of self-doubt. That is why you're in a space like this. Okay, it happens to every single one of us, even me. Okay, I still have times where I waver in my faith. And often it comes from working with misaligned clients, just like we've been talking about. Okay, but I want you to know that in your cells, right, in your cells, you know that you're here to help people to transform their lives. It's okay if you're still working on refining what that actually is, your unique skill and craft, your unique process. That's something that will be forever expanding and refining as you are, okay? But you want to learn the fundamental skills to build and scale your coaching business to free up your time, to build more sustainably, to build that scalable suite, right? You want to go bigger, faster, more sustainably. You want to build recurring income months in advance. You want your business to change lives and pay you while you're asleep. Okay, so inside, we're going to learn more or less. We're going to have a monthly focus. Okay. The thing is that the course vault has all the videos. We'll have all the videos in there and I'll be adding to them continuously as questions come up or as gaps come up. If I notice that you guys are, struggling with one specific thing, I'll record a video and put it in the vault. Okay. So we're going to, however, have more or less monthly focused topics so that we know exactly what we're focusing on so we can go deeper and hone in versus the whole freaking business all over the place all the time. So month 1, we're going to be focusing on messaging and content creation. So to know what content to create, we need to know who we're speaking to. So we're going to be working on developing our ideal client, and not just what she wears and where she hangs out, actually her thoughts. So I'll walk you through my processes. I have, like I said, training videos on that as well. We're also going to be talking about your branding, your aesthetics, your cohesiveness of your social media, content creation, how to actually create content. Okay, so all of that is month one, how to post on social media, how to sell on social media. This is huge. Okay, this is, and remember, it's we're putting in the reps, we're doing this and learning this new skill and practicing it all the freaking time. Okay, month two, we're going to focus on easeful launching. So what does that mean? It means creating the idea and concept and framework of our program. Maybe it's our first program, right? Or maybe it's a longer term container. If you're somebody who's not necessarily brand new in your business, but you want to work more sustainably and you know you could be going bigger, okay, we're working on getting the framework of whatever it is that we are launching and then learning how to launch the business launch the program in a way that feels like ease. It doesn't feel stressful. It, doesn't require you to whatever, like even I almost said like get a house cleaner. You still have time in your life. Okay. So launching and then month three is like focusing on sales and like selling. And we're going to make selling something that is just normal. Because in the beginning, when we start to do something that's brand new, it sometimes feels like it's like, oh, this is chunky. It's like, doesn't feel like it flows, but then we practice and we practice. That's where we're going to be doing the whole time. And by month three, we're freaking good at it. And we're on social media and we're on, whether we're podcasting or we're guest podcasting or we're posting on social media or Instagram or TikToks or whatever, we are selling in a way that feels fucking sexy and good. Okay. It feels nice and it's attractive and it doesn't feel like that guy. It doesn't feel like that salesman. That is old news. Okay. So that's basically the gist of what we're going to be doing. If you have questions as we go through this, tell me in the chat. This is the regular price. Regular price over 5 months is $555 per month. Okay. But right now, I want to bring it down to $199 for 5 months. Okay, so that's only for today and tomorrow. So those of you that were in the mini mind, remember how I gave you that credit? It's still available until tomorrow night. So remember that you guys get a special price and you can stack these bonuses I'm going to talk to you about next. Okay, so you can stack this, your credit and these bonuses. Okay, if you are somebody here who is, maybe you were in the mastermind in the past, I call it alumni, like a returning student or client, message me because you also get a special price. Okay, so bonus one, you get four months free access into the Rise membership for community, co-working sessions. Co-working sessions are awesome because it's, especially if you're someone who's like in the beginning stages of your business, you crave community and you just want to like sit down with a bunch of girlfriends, drink tea and create content and then ask for suggestions and like be in that energy of creativity. Co-working sessions are awesome. We meet on Zoom for about 45 minutes twice a month and we jam out and we get to work. Okay. Resources are going to be in the membership. It's going to be awesome. It's actually very brand new. Okay, so that's the first bonus is you start December 1st and you get access into the membership for December, January, February, March. Okay, bonus number two is you get monthly one-on-one calls with me at the start of each month, starting in January, to visioneer your goals and stay on track. So we talk about where you want to go and I help you to really carve in, like engrave it in, like where are we going? Like how can we get there? What does this look like? So maybe we strategize around like when you're hosting a masterclass or when you're offering a free event or how you're selling your free experience or how you're getting people to get their eyeballs on you, right? how you're getting visible. And I help you to put the pieces all together so that you have complete clarity for the month and you know exactly how to get there. You know exactly how to make your dreams and goals real for that month. Okay, so you get monthly one-on-one calls. So that's 3 calls, start of each month, starting in January. And then you get access into all micro programs December to March. So starting in December, I have a really fun visioneering workshop planned that I haven't decided how long it's going to be yet, but it's going to be really cool. So anyway, any micro programs that are in December, January, February, March, you get free access into. And then number four, if you want to join right now, you also get recorded 2 customized recorded tapping sessions for you to practice morning and night to expand your nervous system and to calibrate to your next level. So I want to create with information from you the exact words and tapping sequence for you to start to expand your nervous system, right? So that you can start your day in the energy of where you want to go. And you can end your day in the energy of where you want to go. So that even at night when you're sleeping, your mind, your imagination, what do you even want to say? Like your energy is still working for you. That's huge. Okay. So here we are, you guys. I'm so pumped about this. So just to reiterate, this is the price of the program for today, Saturday, November 16th, and Sunday, the 17th. Okay. And then on Monday, it's going to go up to 333 a month for 5 months. So especially, I mean, not especially, everybody who's watching, get in the room if you feel called to. If you have any questions, please reach out. If you have any questions, reach out. If you were in the mini mind, remember that your guys's what's it called? Credit ends on Sunday night. Whatever time zone you're in, the end of the day, Sunday for you is the end. Okay. So thank you guys so much for being here. It was so fun to hang out with you. It's 11:11 right now. It was so fun to hang out with you for the last 3 days. I hope you learned a ton. And like I say all the time, I know with every cell in my body that you could take this information and you could build a masterpiece. You could run with it and build an empire. But I do know the power of community, the power of working together, the power of linking arms together. We know how it is. When we come to an event like this is why I gave you a really short, fast action, like let's go, because it's really easy for us to be in this high vibrational state today, maybe tomorrow, but then by Monday, you're like, maybe falling back into old patterns, right? You're like, the stories start coming in. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I'm going to do, oh, I just need to talk to my husband. Maybe I should ask him what he thinks. And then you go talk to him and he's like, no, you're not ready for that. What are you thinking? That's not even possible. Okay. So I want you to really consider, listen to your gut. Listen to your gut, sit with it, and ask yourself, am I really ready to change lives, to build the business that I know I'm here to build, or to scale my business in a different way that feels more expansive, more aligned, XYZ, right? Am I ready? If the answer is yes, then fucking move. Okay, I'm challenging you. Okay, you are amazing. All of you on live, thank you so much for joining me, Larissa, and everyone on the replay. You guys are all fantastic. I can't wait to welcome you into this experience and to freaking run with you starting in January. This is going to be revolutionary. We're going to change freaking insane amounts of lives, you guys, together. Imagine. Okay, go have a beautiful day, and I can't wait. Bye.